Hey everyone, Jackie here, and welcome back to Women Kick Balls YouTube channel. And today's video is going to be about my monthly favorites. So if you've been around here before, you know that once a month I do a video on some of the things that I really enjoyed, whether they're products or programs. And so I'm really excited to share about what some of these objects are. But before we get into some of our favorites, and actually maybe some of these will be my favorites for next month, but I'm really excited to share that I just launched a limited edition batch of Women Kick Balls merch. So I have some items in my store. You can check that out at the link below in the description box. And I have some cool t-shirts, hoodies, and different things like that. And so these are items that are only going to be available for 1 month long. So you're going to hear me talk about them here on YouTube because after this 1 month period, I'm then sending the amount of t-shirts and the final order numbers to the printer. They are going to print them and do all the production stuff and send them back to me. And I'm personally hand packaging each order, and I'm including some cool things in there, so you don't want to miss out on that. So be sure to get your order in ASAP because once this 1 month period is over, the merch will not be available any longer. So don't want to miss out on that. So that'll be going until April 17th, and that's the final day to order. So do yourself a favor, pause this video, then come back and watch it. Okay, so now that you're back from ordering your merch, we're going to dive into my top 3 favorites. And the first thing that I wanted to start out with is actually this card. So this is called a dot card, and it's a digital business card. And so you pay a one-time fee of $20, and this QR code is what you show people. So you hold out the card and tell them to scan it. And once they scan it, it'll take them to a profile link. And on the back end, once you create your account, you actually control the display of what links are there, your contacts, your profile picture, how you want to be described, where you're from, different things like that. And so it's a great way to connect with people on the go, being that I'm at games a lot. I've used this just really quickly to show people. But additionally, I also have a backup option as well and have a physical print card just in case I'm really in a rush and I can't get out my dot card, or if someone maybe just prefers a physical business card, I always like to have this in my wallet as well. So that's a great option. One of the things that I love about dot cards is that you don't have to worry about reprinting these or maybe reprinting them if like the wrong information is on them. With the dot card, you can always go back and edit the information on this QR code, which is really handy. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description box below. And they also have different types as well. And with some of them, you can even literally just tap it to someone's phone and it'll come up. And another cool thing about it is that you can actually have the option to save someone's information to your contacts in your phone. So dot cards are on top of it. It's literally the best thing. And I've already showed this to a few people and they have loved it. So just wanted to share it as a resource as well because it's been something that I've really enjoyed. Okay, so moving on to the second item. This is a little bit of, I don't know, it feels a little bit like a nerdy item to me, but I absolutely love it and wanted to show you. So I think I've talked about this before, but my parents got me this reporter's notepad right before I started going to games, and I love this notepad. It's super great. However, I noticed that when I first had it, it was just something where I always had to have like a pen or a pencil in my back pocket or something. But I found this pen loop, and I'll include it in the description box because I actually don't even know how to pronounce the name of the brand. So this pen loop, it is really small, but this little thing is small and mighty. It comes in clutch. So it's actually just this little holder this little square that you stick onto something, and then you can insert your pen or pencil on there, and it's nice and snug. So I have it on here, which I really like using because, like I said before, I used to have it in another pocket or somewhere else, and I always had to search for one. But if I'm in press conferences, I can actually just pull out my reporter's notepad, and I know that I just always have a pencil on me, which is really great. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is this program called Notion. And so I heard about this a while ago from one of my colleagues, but I never really looked into it or used it. And then I started realizing that I needed to get better in terms of my organization because every day I make a to-do list. And sometimes, being that I either work from home or I'll go to a coffee shop or something, I'm on the go traveling, I was writing out my to-do list on a piece of paper, but sometimes that paper would get crumbled up or I left it at home and I needed it when I was at a coffee shop. And so I started realizing that I just needed to get better in my organization and with my projects because not only do I have stuff for Women Kick Balls, but then I have stuff for my clients as well. And so there's a lot of different things to manage, which is fine, but I just needed to get it together a little bit more. So Notion is a really cool and free platform, and I love things that are free. And so one of the things that I love about this is that I can create a task list for myself in general and break it down into little items. So I'll show you what mine looks like. And I deleted some of the important information. So with Notion, I like that you can move some items around and that you can really get creative with your folders and just the different items that you place onto like this digital dashboard essentially. So for me, it's really helpful to see my projects when it comes to clients and some of the tasks that I need to do or things that we're working on together. And you can even share your Notion board with somebody else too. So that's a really cool plus, is that you both have access to the same type of document, but it's really customizable in its features, and you can embed links and do so many cool things with it. So I really love Notion. It's become my go-to app now. I have it on my phone, my computer, and my iPad. So it's all integrated, which is really nice, that I never lose track of a task list or different things like that because it's all in one spot. And sometimes I have ideas randomly, so I can update it on my phone very quickly and it'll translate to my computer app or different things like that. So if you're someone who has a lot of moving parts, whether it's in your professional life or your personal life, I highly suggest Notion because, like I said, it's totally free and it's just a really nice and easy digital way to keep track of things. I am a big pen and paper person, but I think for managing client projects and some of my professional projects with Women Kickballs, this was a really good option. So I've really been enjoying it and wanted to share it with you because it's definitely lifesaver for sure. So that's one of my final products that I wanted to share about. And if you found today's video helpful at all, it'd be so great if you can either give it a like or subscribe here on YouTube as well. Would love to have you joining in on this platform, as I get a lot of questions from people wanting to know about my career or wanting to stay up to date with women's soccer news. And so I love getting to create videos, and it'd be so great to have you along this journey and to continue growing on this YouTube journey because it's still somewhat new to me. And so I'm excited to see where this goes because, like I said, I enjoy getting to chat with you all every Friday. But additionally, I also do Patreon videos every Wednesday, and I dive into like the deep details of things that goes on. So on Wednesday's video, if you subscribe to my Patreon channel, that's where I literally give you a behind the scenes of what it's like running Women Kickballs and being a one-woman show and an entrepreneur. And so I'd love to have you there as well if you want to see more of my face or hear more of my thoughts. So just wanted to share that insight with you. Or as always, you can follow along on social media and get up to dates that way as well. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Appreciate you all tuning in. And next week, I'll be sharing a vlog of what my life has been like for the month of March. So if you want to take a look at that, there's going to be some exciting stuff in there. A lot's been happening this month. The end of ESL also kicks off, so you'll probably see me at games now more, which is really cool. So really looking forward to seeing you all back here next week, and hope you have a good rest of your weekend. So see you next Friday.